Hey everyone, welcome to this week's twin flame reading. I've been being called to do a twin flame reading for quite some time now, like the past few days, but because I was preoccupied with some other work, I couldn't get to it. Finally, anyway, I had to do this week's reading, so I will combine that strong energy along with this. And during my pre-reading meditation, which just got over, I got a really strong energy of the twin flames. I feel like there is some sort of, what do you say, passion that is going on between the twin flames, a lot of telepathic communications, and a very, very strong energy. I feel like there might be a lot of unions, or maybe twin flames are getting to know one another more than they already do. So we're going to do the divine feminine on this side, divine masculine on this side. So this reading is going to be a little bit short. Or at least I have a feeling that it's going to be short. So when I was charging my cards, this card just popped out and I thought it right to keep it there. Divine Feminine. Yes. Oh my God. This is really intense. I told you I felt this really, really strong energy. It's not it. Sometimes when I feel like the card really wasn't right, I don't take it in because the energy of the card isn't matching with the current energy. Maybe it is, but like, you know, when too many cards fall out, sometimes I choose to read them, sometimes I choose to see them as cards that were not meant to be read. So whatever messages and signs that I get, I just really talk about them. Wow. You know, the divine masculines are really... Okay. So let's begin. What do you say, huh? Okay. So first, actually, I would like to start with saying remain positive. And why I'm going to do this is because maybe a lot of you, especially the divine feminines, might be feeling that, you know, the divine masculines are not paying attention to them or not giving them the attention that they require. Or maybe they just seem to disregard them as a whole, or they feel like that. The way the masculines are communicating or not communicating with the feminines are rather feeling that way, and the angels are telling you to remain positive. And also divine masculines, whatever is going on in your heart space, mind space, present space, remain positive about it. Do not allow negative thoughts to take you to a wrong route. Alright, we're going to start with the divine feminines today. So divine feminines are really coming into their true potential. They have found their true self. They have found that transformation. They can feel the transformation happening, and they're really going into a more positive light. They're really working towards moving forward and going into their higher self, allowing this purity to happen within them. Okay. So they might be finding a lot of new endeavors coming on the way, a lot of, new opportunities or new things in life that are getting combined to become as one. Maybe a lot of opportunities coming in at the same time, and also for the good of the divine feminine. And the divine feminine, you really need to watch yourself where you're going, so that you don't just fall off, stumble upon something. You might stumble upon it, but keep your mind active. keep your brain active, like know what you're doing, be aware of the things that are coming towards you, and be aware of what you're doing really. Coming to the divine masculine, he is really thinking of the divine feminine. This is the Queen of Wands. So the divine masculine is really thinking about the divine feminine. He really sees her in a true light, and somewhere he feels like maybe she is judging him, or maybe he is judging her, even though he knows that, you know, she is in her true potential. Somewhere he might feel like he is not up to the mark, or no, he doesn't feel that. He just feels somewhere some sort of judgment is being passed, and he feels like because of this judgment he shouldn't communicate with this divine feminine. But no, remain positive, really remain positive about this, because you can communicate with the divine feminine. But if you really feel like you shouldn't, then don't. That doesn't matter. There is a process of healing happening, but it is always okay to talk to the divine feminine, to communicate with the divine feminine if you feel the need to. And I feel like the divine masculine is um, telepathically communicating with the divine feminine a lot. Here you go. We'll come to that. So the divine feminine. The divine feminine has a lot on her mind, really a lot on her mind. This is not only about the divine masculine, but it's also about the other opportunities that are coming to her, the other transformation that is happening, and because of that her mind is really being, boggled up. There are too many things that she is thinking about, and she's not able to place them. She feels like these thoughts serve her no purpose. Then what is the point of thinking of these things? She knows that there is really no point of thinking of these things, and she really doesn't know why she has to do it, why she is unable to move it out. And obviously it's because, the human mind works in that way. So the divine feminines really need to allow them to process the thoughts, and allow the processing to happen. And as the processing happens, release these thoughts, because she already knows, he or she already knows that these thoughts serve her no purpose. I'm just saying her because it is the divine feminine, but it can be a male or a female. I'm just talking, saying divine feminine or divine masculine based on the energies. Okay. And she's really finding her true self, her true potential. She's moving into a really higher spiritual level, and that is why this transformation is happening. She can feel it, and these new things are coming into life. These new I see a lot of obstacles also might come, and these obstacles might give her even more thought in her mind. So all of this is coming to bringing her into a higher light, a higher knowing, and her intuitiveness is really, really increasing. She's really moving into a higher spiritual self, and this is what is causing this divine masculine to feel this way. Like he knows that she is this person, but he is feeling judged, and he's also judging himself based on this energy that he is actually truly feeling in himself. And the divine feminines are creating this higher spiritual selves of themselves. They are really healing themselves and growing into a higher self. And this is helping to heal the divine masculines as well. Now coming into the divine masculines, they are beyond an illusion. They are seeing beyond this illusion. They are seeing beyond the divine feminine. Okay, if you look at her, she is in this light, but they are really seeing beyond that light. They are seeing her for who she is. They know that what they see is not an illusion, and they know that what they see is really the truth. They can see the truth of the divine feminine, which they might have seen before, but they might have not grasped it so well. And now that they are seeing her in such a different light, they are unable to, they don't know what to do about it. They're really just getting to know her internally, even though they might be in communication, but not in so much communication. But that little bit of communication is giving them so much of insight about them. They're really feeling them inside, and there's a lot of telepathic communication happening between the divine feminine and masculine. The divine feminine is really feeling it in her mind, and she's like, why am I thinking about this? Like, these thoughts are randomly coming to me. They really serve me no purpose. They're just sitting in my mind. They're not letting me move forward. And then she says, okay, these thoughts are probably coming for a reason. Let it just be. Okay, divine feminines, you need to know that there is a lot of telepathic communication happening from the divine masculine to you. Whether he knows it or not, he is really communicating with you, and that's why you are getting all these thoughts. You are getting all this processing that is happening. So allow it to happen. Don't try to detach from it, because there is a meaning to it. The divine masculines are really sending you a message. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to your thoughts, because there is a meaning to it, really. And divine masculines are really in this playfulness. They're coming back into their playfulness. They're feeling themselves in this light. So as the divine feminine is healing herself, they can also feel the healing happening within themselves as well, which is really, really great. So this union is really coming close. This union is really, they are forming a bond. They're forming a deeper bond, because they're really feeling each other internally. Okay, so divine feminines, you really need to allow it to flow. Like, whatever is happening, you really you really need to allow it to flow. Because you might be feeling that these things are unnecessary, but like, sometimes thoughts are unnecessary, and you know when they are unnecessary. But if they keep coming to you, that means there is a reason. Allow them to come, allow them to glow, allow them to go, allow them to glow. I mean, I said that by mistake, but maybe you really need to allow them to really glow. Yes, you need to remain positive about them. You do need to allow them to glow. And everything does happen for a reason. It is for your higher good. So allow it to flow like the water, like the ocean. Really allow it to move. You can see the light. It's all healing. It's all for a more divine purpose. And I also see that it is more about your career path, your life path. And even for the divine masculine, it seems like a lot of life path. So you both are getting to know, or maybe you already know, that this is part of your life path. So divine masculines, you also need to allow things to flow, but you really also need to activate yourself. You need to allow yourself the divine feminine. You need to say okay to the divine feminine, because you know that she is meant for you. You know that she is right for you, but somewhere, this judgment that is coming, just a small thing that is stopping you from moving towards this activation, moving towards your divine feminine. You really need to activate yourself, activate your higher self, because you already know of your higher self, and you need to try to activate it so that you can connect with the divine feminine in a better way, because both of you already know that this is a divine path that you both are meant to walk in together. So vulnerability, allow yourself to be vulnerable. Okay, so allow yourself this love, allow yourself to love. You might have gone through something in the past which may block you from this, but really allow the thoughts to flow. Like, whatever has to come, allow it to come. All the grooves that need to be filled, allow them to be filled, really. And really, don't allow this negative thoughts and negative judgment to alter your perceptions. There are so many things that can actually happen, you know. It's not only this one thing that is probably in your mind that can happen. There are a lot of other things that can happen. You really need to remain positive about it and really allow this to happen. Allow yourself that vulnerability. This is all for today's reading. If you would like a private reading, you can always check the details down below in the description box. If you like this video, you can always give it a thumbs up. If you feel like sharing it with someone, you can share it with someone. If not, just keep it to yourself. If you would like to be notified about it, about my readings, weekly readings, monthly readings, or any other kind of readings, you can follow my channel, subscribe to my channel, and press the little notification bell icon right next to it. You'll be notified every time I post. Alright, thank you for watching this video. Hope it helped you in some way. Lots of love and light to you all. Namaste.